I mean, it was like any other day. We come in and we have protocol that we follow and check our equipment and start the day off. And we got dispatched for a cardiac call.
It was a burning pain in the chest, and it came on just like that. I thought I was having a very severe asthmatic attack. It was my wife who noticed there was a big difference. It wasn't that I was having a hard time breathing, as I couldn't catch my breath. One of the firemen said, "Mr. Roberts, you're having a heart attack."
John's cardiac event occurred on a Friday, and I was back at the fire station on the Monday and was exercising after a normal day of training, and then I just had a feeling of uncomfortableness in the right side of my chest, and I just did not feel right. The paramedics that are on my shift, they hooked me up to the monitor, saw the EKG, and I realized what was happening, and then everything sped up, and the guys expedited everything down to Evanston Hospital, and they were able to remove the occlusion. Within 5 minutes, there was no pain any longer, and I have not had one pain since then.
Once we got to the hospital, things moved very, very quickly. I don't think I was in the emergency room 2 minutes. And they ran down the hall, took me into the cath lab. As soon as the balloon and the stent was in, the pain eased.
So I was in the hospital, and then the next day, they came to get me to take me for an echocardiogram, and they're wheeling me down the hallway, and here comes John walking down the hallway from the opposite direction.
He said, "Mr. Roberts," and he put out his hand. I went up and shook his hand, and I looked and I said, "I'm really embarrassed because I know you, and I just can't put a name with a face."
And he was kind of like, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "The same thing happened to me 3 days after your heart attack."
I was very pleased to see a friendly face, but not pleased to see the circumstances he was in.
And then we just stayed in contact. I mean, through rehab, we both did our rehab at Highland Park.
He not only came to welcome me to rehab, he congratulated me after rehab. Great friend.
John invited myself and my wife and daughter to go in the 4th of July parade with him. He drives I think it's 1 in 17 cars left in the world of 1910 Packard. And then we've been in contact ever since.
I'm 6 months out, feeling very good. Kind of had to sit on the sidelines in the summer. I don't do sit on the sidelines well at all.
Back doing my full-time job here and wearing the gear and not having any pain at all or anything. And I feel very, very fortunate.
Rob and I differ in one thing. He likes exercising for exercising's sake. I don't like exercising necessarily. I love how it makes me feel. And I love the fact that I can go out and have an active life because I take that hour and a half in the morning. I would like to live a long, healthy life, and I'd like to hear when Rob becomes a grandfather. I think the trick to survival is to be able to change.
You need to change. Otherwise, you'll have the same thing happen to you again if you don't.
I guess we both learned the hard way. But the neat thing about us is that we both learned.
Yeah.